fact, the Reserve Bank of India Governor Shaktikanta Das is all set to address the media at 10 a.m. today. And this would be the RBI Governor's second press briefing since the COVID-19 outbreak began in India. In his previous address on March 27, Das has announced a rate cut of 75 basis points. The RBI Governor has also announced a 3-month moratorium on term loans whose installments are due between March 1st and May 31st. It's also likely to announce further liquidity measures to help the economy, which is battling the coronavirus pandemic. Just yesterday, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman met with Prime Minister Modi and discussed concerns about state of the economy. Rajiv Dubey joining us. Go on, Rajiv. You were speaking about rates, a rate cut. What are we expected in this press briefing at 10 a.m. by the RBI Governor?
So, the rate cut is not necessarily right away, because rate cut, the last one is still to be passed on to the consumer fully. Most of the banks have done it, but it's still to be, on the ground, be effective. So that rate cut will continue, but rate cut will happen at some point in time. What I'm saying is that this press conference of the RBI Governor is likely to be more on the lines of, relief that they can provide to NBFCs. Because of this lockdown, NBFCs are going to be in a very difficult situation in terms of, the repayments that they have to make to the borrowers, the lenders from whom they've taken the money. And so RBI has never lent to NBFCs, and it's quite possible that it may decide to directly lend to NBFCs, because what happens right now is that RBI lends to banks and banks tend to lend to NBFCs, in which case the banks retain a 3 to 4 to 5% margin in that loan, right. And that hurts the finances of NBFCs. They might even decide to recapitalize some of the NBFCs in TAP-like funding, where the government or the Reserve Bank may take direct stakes, equity stakes, in these NBFCs, with the guarantee that certain jobs will have to be secured, and those jobs will not be, people will not be taken out of their jobs in case the NBFC is in financial trouble. So those kind of stakes, when the government takes or when the central bank takes in non-bank finance companies or any other corporate, it puts certain conditions with regard to one, the repayment, and also the fact that jobs will be secured and people will not be laid off. Right. We are expecting housing finance companies and NBFCs are really going to be the focus of this Reserve Bank of India Governor press conference, in the form of additional capital, how they can reduce the procedural requirements of these NBFCs, and whether they can go ahead and raise finances abroad. That's another thing being discussed. Liquidity in certain corporate debt instruments and government securities, and maybe a kind of a TAP-like funding from the central bank directly into what are called strategic NBFCs. So right. They might identify there are about 50 of those which are which are fairly large, but about 6 to 7 of them are specifically strategic for the financial sector and financial services, right. And they might want to take
all these announcements are closely watched and awaited. We're looking at an economic crisis, a liquidity crunch inevitable right after this coronavirus pandemic. Let's hope that the government, they're monitoring the situation, coming up with effective measures to combat this crisis. Thank you, Rajiv, for joining us with those details.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.